What is up? Welcome back to the show. We are having a conversation I know you're going to love. This is going to be so tactical for you. Like, I'm giving you how many? One, two, three, four, five, six steps of things that you could tangibly do all in your nutrition to really help support the clearance of excess estrogen, because this is such a common imbalance that I see with my clients of too much estrogen in relation to your progesterone. And of course, and I'll get to that in a second, but it's really important to actually understand how you can make changes like in the moment in your luteal phase and see changes like literally that cycle. Obviously, it does take time for changes to like more sustainable long-term changes and like bigger changes. It takes more time, but you can absolutely see improvements that cycle when you make specific changes in your luteal phase if you're noticing signs of excess estrogen. So let me just start there. And the reason why this is coming up for me is because I am currently in my luteal phase. And earlier this week, I had a headache, and I don't get headaches. Years ago, let me see how many years ago. They stopped in 2014. So 11 years ago, right? And it was for a while, for like years before that, I would get debilitating migraines, like such bad migraines. I would have to lay down in the dark, and laying down even hurt. I had to take medication because I went to the neurologist. Everything was quote unquote normal. I didn't know what it was from. Spoiler alert, it was from issues with my hormones because I wasn't getting my period. My digestion was all fucked up. Anyway, but now I do not get migraines. I do not get headaches. If I do, I know something is off. It's not just, well, first of all, if you're ever getting headaches or migraines, you know something is off, but like it's not something that is reoccurring in my life anymore. So I had a headache this week, and I was like, ooh, like this is odd. Like, what's going on? Like, I knew it was like raining and the weather was weird. And I didn't have a good night's sleep beforehand, but I'm like, I think something else is going on. And I'm pinpointing it back because it's happened a few months ago. I just like got into my luteal phase, and I'm like, oh, I'm having too much estrogen in relation to my progesterone right now. And I know that that's what was causing it for me, because and this is not me demonizing soy. I think soy is an incredible source of protein. I absolutely love it. They get such a bad rap. But everyone responds to things differently. And for me, I have experienced this before where I have a little bit of a sensitivity to soy. Sometimes I'll get a little bit more bloated from it. But if I have too much of it, I will notice that I'll have a cycle, like my luteal phase specifically, where I will notice some more excess estrogen symptoms, because that has happened to me in the past. So if I have it like once a week or something, usually it's fine. But if I'm having it more than that, that's when I start to notice it. And this natural food store near us, Cornucopia, if you're like on Long Island, they have like prepared organic foods and stuff. So I'll get dinner there for all of us sometimes, or just like lunches, random things. And they have the best baked tofu. It is so good the way they cook it. I personally don't cook tofu and tempeh. I just don't do it well, and I don't like to do it. So if I have it, it's just like, and I'll only have it when it's organic. It's a very high GMO crop, but it's obviously theirs is organic, and they make it so delicious, and I love it. And they have like a tempeh chicken unchicken tempeh salad. So it's like tempeh, but it's like in a chicken style salad. It's so good. So I was having it more than I should have in my follicular and my ovulation phase. So I'm like, I'm feeling it. So I immediately was like, okay, I just got to clear some of my estrogen out so I knew exactly what to do. And that's what I'm going to teach you right here, right now. And literally my headache went away. Like it was there that day, the next day, and then it was gone. So here we are. Now, before we get into these like additional things that we're going to be talking about, what I have to start with at the top is these are additional things to help clear estrogen. It is way more important for you to make sure that you have the foundational skills in place of how to just live a lifestyle that balances your hormones overall, by balancing your blood sugar, supporting your nervous system, having nutrient density, knowing how to support your gut and your liver detoxification on a foundational level. That is first and foremost most important. If you are not doing those things on a daily basis, it is not going to be as effective for you to just add in these extra things that I'm talking about here for estrogen detox. This is why so many people don't see the results that they want to see, because they hear things like, okay, have these fertility boosting foods, take these herbs, do this, like eat this to help with your estrogen clearance. But they're not also, in addition to those things, knowing how to balance their blood sugar on a regular basis, knowing how to support their gut and their liver detoxification on a regular basis, knowing how to regulate their nervous system, taking proper supplement protocols. Like that foundation has to be in place for these additional things to actually work as best as they need to work. So I need to say that at the top. So AKA, if you're in the Mind Your Hormones method, you've got yourself covered. These additional things will work amazing. It will work amazing for you. So, and if you are not doing those things, you don't know how to properly, support the systems in your body that actually affect all of your hormones at a root cause level. That is exactly what I teach you in the Mind Your Hormones method. You can find the information for that in the show notes. I also have a free training that I pulled from the Mind Your Hormones method to help with blood sugar regulation. So I'll always put that in the show notes for you as well. But that is first and foremost the most important thing for you to do to support healthy estrogen levels, to support healthy hormonal balance overall, because your hormones just respond to specific systems in your body. So until you know how to support those systems in your body, your hormones are not going to be unbalanced, period. Okay. So those are the most important things, right? But then again, sometimes things might pop up and you might notice, oh, I have a little bit of excess estrogen, which those symptoms can be headaches or migraines, like I just said, PMS symptoms like sore boobs, cramping, even spotting, because that's like low progesterone. So that could be related to excess estrogen. But like those mood swings, sore boobs are really big on that. Bloating, maybe some pre-period constipation, acne flaring up. These like classic PMS symptoms that you might be demonizing as normal: cramps, heavy periods, clots bigger than 1 inch in your period, a period longer than 7 days, like purplish or really, really, really dark red blood. All of these signs are signs of excess estrogen. If you have any of these, they're not normal. It's not just part of having a period, part of being a woman. Like, no, these things are just classic signs your body's trying to tell you that something is off and we need to correct it. And the first thing to do is, again, to support the systems in your body that actually affect all of your hormones. Now, these additional things that I'm going to talk to you about is, number one, eating more cruciferous vegetables, really making sure that you are having at least once a day some form of a cruciferous vegetable in your luteal phase is going to be essential. And when I say cruciferous vegetables, I mean kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. Those are cruciferous vegetables. And they have to be cooked. Please don't be eating raw broccoli or raw, kale and stuff. Like, you can have raw kale, like you can have raw kale salads, but too much of that can be really tough on your digestion. So I would recommend at least lightly sauteing it, or if you're having raw kale, sometimes massage it with like avocado or lemon to like break it down because it's very tough. But anyway, having more cruciferous vegetables in your luteal phase at least once a day in one of your meals is going to be so important for your liver detoxification. And this is going to support your estrogen clearance, because your liver is what processes and metabolizes all your excess hormones, toxins, metabolic waste, everything in your body. It moves it onto your gut, and then your gut eliminates it out of the body. So if your liver is not being able to be properly detoxified, which again, there's like tangible step-by-step foundational things you need to be doing, which I teach you in the Mind Your Hormones method. If you are not being able to properly detoxify your estrogen, if your liver's unable to be able to detoxify as well as it needs to, phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification, you're going to have those excess estrogen symptoms, because it's going to recirculate back into your body, because it's not going to be able to get moved onto the gut and then get moved out of the body. Okay. So cruciferous vegetables will help with that, because it's rich in DIM and sulforaphane, which is just, properties that help detoxify your liver. Okay. Sprouts also are part of that, because they have the sulforaphane as well. And sprouts meaning like not Brussels sprouts, but yes, obviously that as well. But sprouts like broccoli sprouts or alfalfa sprouts are really amazing to have in your luteal phase 2. You could just throw them on top of literally whatever meal every day. Having like a handful of them is going to really help with that liver support as well. So that's number 1. Number 2 is bitter greens, meaning like arugula is the easiest one to access. And most people, I guess, would like arugula. It is a very more powerful taste than like a mixed green. But you could like dampen that taste. Like, I would have put it in a smoothie. It's going to really give your smoothie a big taste if you're having arugula in your smoothie. But if you have like a salad, have it in a stir fry, have it mixed in like a wrap that you're having or whatever. But bitter greens can be really, really helpful. And dandelion is another bitter green, but I feel like arugula is just most easily accessible. Having like balsamic and avocado and stuff like that with it will help dampen the bitterness of it. But bitter greens in general are really helpful for this liver detoxification, because that's what we're really focusing on. Liver detoxification and gut support is going to be really, really important for this clearance of excess estrogen. And these are just additional things on top of the foundational things that need to be done each day for your liver and your gut that's going to help support it. So Bitter greens is helpful for that liver detoxification as well, and also stimulates the production and flow of bile, which is essential for breaking down and eliminating toxins, especially your excess estrogen, out of the body. It also will increase your digestive enzymes, which is amazing because that's going to help reduce any bloating that you might have in your luteal phase. It's going to help with any slower digestion you might experience. That can, of course, interfere with estrogen clearance because, like I said, your liver is what processes and metabolizes your excess estrogen, but then that liver moves it onto the gut and your gut gets it out of the body through your poop. So we need to do both liver and gut support when we are talking about clearing your estrogen and just supporting your whole hormones overall, because those are two systems in your body that need to be supported to have overall hormonal balance. Okay. And this is also why in the Mind Your Hormones method, I teach things in a very strategic order because it makes it more efficient and it makes your changes happen more quickly when you're doing things in an order that is the like natural order of healing that helps your body. Okay. So anyway, bitter greens, that's why. And that's, again, arugula. Throw it in a wrap. Have a arugula salad before your dinner. Throw it in a soup. Like, you could throw it in your smoothie, but it's going to give it a big taste. But whatever. Super easy to have, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3 is raw carrots. So that's one of the things that I did. Actually, I did all of these things I'm telling you right now. Like, I did literally everything that I'm telling you. And it works and it's amazing. Raw carrots are really good. Actually, the Balance buyers who were on this podcast a while ago, probably now, but we'll link their episode below. I love them. But they talk about raw carrot salad all the time for helping like reduce PMS symptoms and clear excess estrogen, all the things. Again, it's not going to work unless you're doing foundational things, but it is very helpful. So raw carrots contain a special type of non-fermentable fiber that helps bind to that excess estrogen, because the reason, like, fiber is what you need to actually get hold of that estrogen and get it out of the body. Again, the liver processes and metabolizes that estrogen onto the gut. The gut gets it out of the body through your poop, but the way that it's going to get out through your poop is by the fiber that is mopping it up in your body and forming poop with it. So we have to be having abundant amounts of fiber, which again, that's more of a foundational thing. So I'm not going into that. I'm going into this conversation assuming you already know that. And these are just additional tips, okay? So it has that non-fermentable fiber that really, really helps bind that excess estrogen and endotoxins in general and bile in the digestive tract. So it's going to really help clear that excess estrogen and helps prevent the absorption, or I should say the reabsorption of excess estrogen, and helps flush it out through your poop. Because if it's not being flushed out through your poop, it is being reabsorbed back into your body. And we don't want that because that's what causes the excess estrogen symptoms, which are not fun to have just when you're like in your day-to-day life. You don't want to feel shitty, but also it is going to impact your fertility because the higher your estrogen is, the bigger of a gap there is between your estrogen and your progesterone. And that can cause issues with your cycle regularity, with getting pregnant, having healthy pregnancy, with all the things, okay? And obviously just how you feel in general, okay? Okay, so I have to tell you the story. Me and Madison were having lunch the other day, and obviously toddler life, she's having avocado with a bunch of other stuff, and she gets avocado all over her hands, right? And then she decides to start grabbing her feet, and she has her brand new white socks on and gets avocado all over them like you do, as per usual. And we're in the kitchen, and I'm just like, and I'm in the process of cleaning my countertops with Branch Basics, like all-purpose cleaner. And I'm like, let me just spray this on here, just like get something on there to make sure that this doesn't stain. When I tell you, it literally got the stain out completely better than any stain remover I've ever used. I was blown away. I could not believe it. I just wet the sock, sprayed the all-purpose Branch Basics cleaner on there, rubbed it in, rinsed it off, and within like a minute, literally it was completely white again. I'm like, I'm just going to use this on the bottom of all our white socks because it's going to help brighten them. Like, I actually could not believe my eyes. I was like, this is absolutely insane. Just another reason why I'm obsessed with Branch Basics, because not only is it household cleaning, like you're cleaning your counter, and you can also get stains out of your shirt with just freaking a few spritzes of their all-purpose cleaner. Like, I'm still blown away by it. So if you have not yet checked out Branch Basics, or maybe you've not even like switched over your household cleaning products to non-toxic yet, I need you to check out Branch Basics. I cannot tell you how much these products have changed my life, and they're continuing to change my life in new ways that I didn't even know were possible. But these are the GOAT of like non-toxic household cleaning products. I have tried dozens over the years. I've been on this like wellness journey for over a decade now, and I used to use just any product that was non-toxic because I just didn't want to have the shitty chemicals in my house. But a lot of them did not work. And a lot of people won't switch over to non-toxic for certain things, like their tub cleaner or whatever, because they're like, it just doesn't clean it. Branch Basics actually does clean it. So if you have not yet checked them out, whether you're still using like Windex or Mr. Clean or whatever, or you're using some other version of like a non-toxic, but you're just not satisfied with it, I promise you, you're going to fall in love with Branch Basics. And it is like so affordable. It's amazing price point for how incredible the products are, for how healthy they are for you, for baby, for your pets, for everybody to breathe it in, because you already know we don't want to be breathing in those toxins, not just for your fertility and for your hormones, but like for your overall health, especially if you have kids, they're crawling all over the floor, their hands are touching the countertops, like your laundry detergent, your dishwashing tablets, like all of it. It is so essential for you to switch this over. And I know that you're going to be obsessed with Branch Basics. I have literally never used another cleaning product brand since I switched over to these years ago. And right now you can get the premium starter kit for 15% off using code Corinne 15. And this is going to get you everything. Like it's going to just give you everything, your all-purpose cleaner, your glass cleaner, your laundry detergent, your dishwasher tablets. Like you will completely rehaul all your household cleaning products for an incredible price. And plus you get 15% off on top of that. So make this the year that you're switching over your household cleaning products to ones that actually work and that you're going to keep going back for more and more and more. And also they last so long. It's unbelievable. So you can get 15% off the premium starter kit by using code Corinne15 at branchbasics.com. That's 15% off your new Branch Basics premium starter kit at branchbasics.com with promo code Corinne15. That's CORINNE 15 at branchbasics.com. Of course, I'll put the link in the show notes. If you have any questions, let me know. I mean, I just know you're going to love them. So like, don't even just get them and then thank me later. You're going to be obsessed. Branchbasics.com, 15% off their premium starter kit using code Corinne15 at checkout. So that is, what number was that? Number 3. Yes. Okay. Number 3. Number 4 is castor oil packs. So this I only recommend in your luteal phase, not during your period. Okay. And not when you're pregnant, right? Like, let me just like say that, do not do this when you're pregnant, but castor oil packs are amazing. I recommend the, oh God, what's the name? Queen of Thrones. Queen of Thrones has a really good one where it like has the obviously castor oil, but then it has the pack that's like easily able to just like tie onto your body. So it makes it, it's a little bit of a messy process, but they make it as easy as possible. So we'll link them below. But anyway, castor oil packs, it's, if you don't know what that is, it's just putting castor oil on, like you could put it, like you could use like a flannel shirt or whatever. But again, to make it less messy, they have these like, it looks like a cushion, like a really thin cushion almost, that you put right around your body and tie it around your abdomen, like where your liver is, like your torso, like your lower torso. So you put it like really like where your liver actually is. You tie it around your body that way. And it helps with detoxification, helps with liver detoxification. It helps with bloating, it helps with digestion, it helps reduce inflammation. It's really an amazing thing that you could do. You could literally wear it overnight while you're going to sleep. You could just wear it around the house for a few hours. Wearing it to sleep, like it could get your pajamas and stuff messy. So I would just have like a dedicated pair of pajamas for when you're wearing your castor oil pack. But that could be an incredible way to really help support that liver detoxification, that clearance of the excess estrogen, digestive system support. Really amazing, like additional tool that you could utilize. So that is number 4. And then the last one, number 5, this kind of goes with just balancing your blood sugar in general, which is so important. Again, one of the foundational things that I was saying at the top, but like complex carbohydrates in your luteal phase, like sweet potatoes, all root vegetables in general, chickpeas, brown rice, obviously paired properly. This is so important, but paired properly with protein, with a healthy fat is really amazing. And beans in general, just like chickpeas and beans in general, because they have the high, beans in specifically have a high amount of soluble fiber, which is going to really grab onto those excess hormones and help them get out of the body through your poop. So prioritizing specifically chickpeas in your luteal phase, because they have a higher complex carb content as well, which is going to help stabilize your blood sugar when paired properly with healthy fats and with more fiber. That's going to support your blood sugar regulation. It's going to support your digestive tract. It's going to support getting that excess estrogen, mopping it up and getting it out of the body, as well as sweet potatoes, really good for that. Any root vegetables. And and like quinoa, oats, things like that. Like low glycemic complex carbohydrates are going to be really helpful for that blood sugar regulation. Again, paired with the protein, fiber, and healthy fat. That free training I was talking about teaches you all about that. So you can check that out in the show notes. And chickpeas specifically are going to really support you in your luteal phase for help clearing this excess estrogen. So there are obviously a lot of like different things in here. And especially if you're not doing any of these right now, you could be like, oh my God, that's too many things. Pick literally 2 of them and do them. Pick 1 of them and do it. And you're going to notice a difference. And please listen to me when I say this. It's so important to make sure you have the foundations down first, because that is what's most important. Don't get shiny object syndrome of like, oh, I'm just going to do a castor oil pack, but I don't know how to properly support my blood sugar. I'm not taking optimal supplementation. I don't know how to properly support my gut. Like, don't get shiny object syndrome and just think that like having a raw carrot salad is going to heal your problems. Okay. That's why I like hesitate to do episodes like this. But I know there are some of you listening, especially my clients who are listening to the show, who are doing all the proper things with the blood sugar, the nervous system, the gut, the liver, all the stuff that I teach in the Mind Your Hormones method. And you do want these like additional steps you could take. That's really who this is for. Okay. So that is that for today's episode. Pick, and I'll just like do a roundup really quick, and then pick 1 or 2 of them. And maybe you're already doing some of these. Amazing. Then add in additional ones. Okay. Number 1, the cruciferous vegetables. Number 2, the bitter greens like arugula. And with the cruciferous vegetables, sprouts as well. Just kind of like put that in one. The bitter greens like arugula, the raw carrots, and the castor oil packs. And then the like complex carbs and beans, sweet potatoes, root veggies, oats, quinoa, chickpeas, beans in general, things like that. Add them in with proper, blood sugar regulation, pairing, the vibe, get the free training. Those are some things that are going to really help this clearance of estrogen in your luteal phase. And yeah, I'm not going to go into supplements with them. I'm just going to keep it nutrition based, because I'm like, well, I'll just go on and on and on, but we're just going to stop here. So that is that for today's episode. Try it out. Let me know which ones you do, how much better it supports you. Food literally is medicine. Like, food is medicine. This will make a difference. And it doesn't have to be that complicated. Like, it really just doesn't. And your body will respond to these things. And like I said, you could notice an improvement, especially for someone like me, where I am doing all the foundational things all the time. Like, my hormones are balanced. Like, I know what I'm doing. Just doing this for a few days, I saw an immediate change, right? So like, it is going to help you depending on where you're on your hormonal journey. Is going to depend on how quickly you're going to see changes, how much of an improvement you're going to see, but stay at it, be consistent, and it is going to help you. So let me know how you love this episode. I'm always so grateful for you. Thank you as always for being here. Anything we talked about, like linked wise, will be in the show notes. And if you know what the show notes are, it's just like when you click on the episode, you could like scroll down and see like where there's like text and stuff. It will all be there. But if you're ever having issues with that, just message me on Instagram at Angelica, and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you again for being here, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for being here. If you loved this episode and learned something valuable, please share it with a friend who you think would also love it, or post it on social media and tag me so I could personally say thank you for helping me spread this important message. I am beyond grateful to be here with you. So until next time, stay intentional, stay consistent, and always mind your hormones.